Days ago, I visited Ray C's Harley-Davidson dealership in Lapeer, Michigan, and I was very pleased and surprised to find out they have a small antique and vintage motorcycle display set up, almost like a little museum. And it's pretty awesome because it has some fascinating old full-size motorcycles and a nice selection of off-road dirt bikes that were actually driven and race used by some famous local and Midwestern motocross drivers. And I thought you guys might like to see that. And also, while I was there, I found the old motorcycle, probably the most famous motorcycle in Lapeer, that used to be up on the post above Harrington's cycle shop and later Ray C's when he first bought the business. They took the motorcycle down from the post and they made the most unique display for it inside the new showroom. And here it is. I think you're going to like this. Well, here it is inside a custom display cabinet under one of the main counters in the showroom. And there's a detailed board here with the inscription about what the history of the bike is, what kind of bike it was, and how important it was in the development of off-road trail bikes for Yamaha. And then there's also another board that tells the story of how it got to be there, when it was taken down, March 30th, 2012. And the original bicycle or motorcycle place was called Clayt's Cycle Center, but I remember it as Harrington's. And that's where I bought my first. And here are a couple of photos I have of the property with the bike still in place up in the air on the sign. You can see it here, we'll zoom in, there it is. Right there, and then another older picture here, you can see it.
Many people
up
around
on the post.
still here.
And look at this display they have now. Isn't that awesome?
After today.
What a great way to preserve and memorialize this part of local corporate history, so to speak. But here, let's have a tour of the bicycle or motorcycle museum here on the upper level of Ray C's Harley-Davidson. We've got a POW MIA memorial bike, a Harley-Davidson dirt bike from Bartels, signed with the driver's name and signature. Another Harley-Davidson dirt bike over here. That's also a commemorative racer bike from Burt Cummings. And here's some displays of some of his winnings over the years. In this particular bike, we have the sign here, finished by Scott Parker in 1998. Some nice Harley-Davidson memorabilia. And we also have this little memento of what people consider the bad days of Harley-Davidson, the AMF years, which back in the day people were pretty skeptical of. Then some more race bikes from the dirt bike circuit, along with information about them. That one there is actually signed by the driver, and I think the other one here is too. But all right, we're going to move on. We've got this particular bike here, which has a badge on it from the Tribesman Motorcycle Club of Fostoria. Definitely old school Harleys here. Well, this one's a bicycle converted, and this one's actually a vintage Whizzer motorbike, which was actually, the original Whizzers were built in California and in Pontiac, Michigan. A military tribute bike, along with assorted military memorabilia. You know, bikers are a pretty patriotic group of people. Here's a older style full-size Harley Cruiser and a really nice selection of older motorcycles from the 60s and 70s. I see that 305 Dream there, I believe that is. And beyond that is a, I would guess, a mid to late 70s Harley Sportster. And a Harley-Davidson dirt bike here in the front. They also have a meeting room here called the Lodge, where bikers can have meetings and the owners group can get together and fraternize in a comfortable environment. That's just awesome, well decorated. It's a pretty cool thing they provide here for the community. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little walk-around tour of the Motorcycle Museum here in Lapeer.